Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you might just change the world, y'all. There is a place where real faith-filled community allows you to know and be fully known, where faith is filled to the brim, so full it can wash away your doubts, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, where your story can be written and change the course of history. In that place, Southern Wesleyan University. So it's time to wake up. You only have one life to live, because this is not a drill. This is not about cliches, shallow taglines, or some inspirational quote for you to tweet, snap, pin, or post. No, this is where snooze buttons are frozen, alarm clocks are broken, where feet hit the floor because dreams are now woken. This is it. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend. One who believes the recipe for good times calls for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal, knows just how you like your tea, always has a refill ready, and welcomes every guest with their favorite food made to order. The kind of friend who is always up for trying something new, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
Definitely going to be a solid matchup tonight.
Hometowns.
And welcome in fans, welcome into tonight's matchup between the Emmanuel Lions versus your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Welcome on this beautiful Wednesday night. I'm Sawyer Price. Alongside me is Kyle McCrary. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I am doing fantastic. Out here watching another soccer game and just ready to get things going here.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight for Emmanuel, they've got number 1, Giuliano Palma, goalkeeper, freshman from Napoli, Italy. Number 3, Sam Murphy, a defender. He's a freshman from Portadown, Northern Ireland. Number 6, Harrison Wright, a midfielder, freshman from Bournemouth, England. Number 7, Kane Walder, another midfielder who's also a freshman from Huddersfield, England. Number 8, Shane Cronin, midfielder. He's a junior from Cork, Ireland. And number 10, Jeremy Guantley, a midfielder, a senior from Marietta, Georgia. Number 13, Christopher Ramos, a midfielder, a sophomore from Canton, Georgia. Then you got number 16, Kevin Fitzgerald, a midfielder, a freshman from Rossgrey, Ireland. Number 17, Grant Farrell, a defender, a sophomore from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Then you've got number 21, Marcus Larson, a defender, a senior from Berlin, Germany. And number 22, Channing Park, a midfielder, a senior from Fayetteville, Georgia.
Seems like a pretty stout lineup there for the Lions. And now for your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Starting in goal for the Warriors is number 1, Brandon Smith, a sophomore from North Augusta, South Carolina. You got number 3, Alex Olson, a defender from Williamston, South Carolina. Number 5, Zachary White, a defender from Greenwood, South Carolina. Number 7, Caleb Compton, a midfielder from High Point, North Carolina. Number 9, Grant Kiker, a forward from Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 10, Miguel Gallegos, midfielder from Bluffton, South Carolina. Number 13, Noah Sims, a forward from Auburndale, Florida. Number 14, Zachary Hurst, a defender from Easley, South Carolina. Number 16, Cale McLaurin, a defender from Appling, Georgia. Number 17, Jose Rangel, midfielder from Alamo, Texas. And number 20, Trey Greenwood, a midfielder from Anderson, South Carolina.
A pair of shots right there from Grant Kiker. Good opportunity right there for Southern Wesleyan. Starting the game off here with the corner kick. Sorry.
Now, Kyle, tonight's matchup is going to be pretty good. The Emmanuel Lions coming in here nationally ranked here.
Yeah, good opportunity right here for Southern Wesleyan to really test themselves and see how they compare to a nationally ranked team.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kyle. And our first opportunity here coming off this corner here. Nice setup for an opportunity, but nobody can come in. A shot on goal by number 20, Trey Greenwood, but it's blocked. And a shot on goal from Miguel Gallegos that sails way over the net and hit the clubhouse. Solid boot there. And now we got a goal kick from Giuliano Palma. And as that ball hits midfield, Kyle, let's kind of talk about these last few games for the Warriors here. Coming off of 5 losses here. A little difficult here for the Warriors, but hopefully we can come in here and change it around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It would definitely be a big win today if the Warriors could pull it out.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kyle. Their last loss coming against Mount Olive on October 5th. Lost 2-6. And Mount Olive, good team.
Yeah, no doubt about that. 2-6, pretty uneven score right there.
Yeah, it's good to see, though, here, Kyle, is already off the bat. I think the Warriors know that they're coming in against a tough team and got to apply pressure so far here early on and coming out big. And almost a solid pass to Grant Kiker here in the box. Noah Sims got a chance. Shot on goal, but Lion defender comes up big and stands in the way and takes it off the body. And a back heel to Caleb Compton with a heat-seeking missile that sails over the top of the crossbar.
Definitely good for Southern Wesleyan right here and all the opportunities that the offense is creating right now.
Yeah, Kyle. You love to see it coming out so strong here early on in the first half. Love the pressure from the Warriors here, Kyle. And normally we talk about that back line of the Warriors. And right now the offense is jumping out early and often. Ooh, a little collision of knees there, Kyle. And right now the ball seems to be staying in Lion territory, which is good for the Warriors here.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely hope one of these early opportunities leads to some results for Southern Wesleyan.
Yeah, and as we're looking at these few shots on goal are just missing the net, or these past few shots, and an offside call here. But if it wasn't offside, our goalkeeper Brandon Smith there to make the save. But Brandon Smith will have a goal kick here. And Kyle, if we look at the shot on goal percentage for the Warriors right here, we seem to be struggling a little bit. Only got a .361 here. And there's no doubt about the power behind those kicks, as we've seen it early on already here, but we just haven't been hitting net. And you got to love it, Kyle, coming out here watching a men's soccer game. Fast-paced already. And both teams already getting after it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't complain, especially on a night like tonight where it's significantly cooler than it has been here.
Yeah, and Marcus Larson for the Lions coming up quick with the steal. But then the Warriors coming back up big. And, Kyle, we've talked in previous games how the Warriors are a little susceptible to those long passes. Sitting down with Coach Hugh for edition of the Coaches Show, we were able to talk about the defense and his kind of perspective on it. I think he's trying to shot on goal, but Alex Olson stands in the way of that, taking one for the team off the thigh and ends up clearing it out. That ball comes right back in, but that'll be Warrior possession. But again, Kyle, talking to Coach Hugh, and I think they're trying to kind of close up some of those gaps that they've had. And honestly, it already seems to be working well, but like I said before, we're normally talking about that back line, that defense staying strong for the Warriors, but early on here in the first half, the offense is shining.
Yeah, no doubt. The offense is definitely playing really well here early in the first half, and you hope that they can continue.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to point out is the passing already. Doing well. Our passes are starting off crisp and playing a little bit of small ball, kind of working around the defenders, and you like to see that. Making solid passes, and the Lions come up with a costly turnover here. And a pass to Noah Sims, and Grant Kiker was the intended target from Sims there, but the Lions back line come up with a steal here, and now they're adding pressure. And Zachary White was beat on that play right there, but a solid sliding tackle from number 14, Zachary Hurst. And we've already got some physical contact here, Kyle. You love to see the fast pace and the physical aspect side of the men's game here.
Yeah, it's lovely to see. Definitely a bit different than the women's game we had earlier, but super excited to see what the rest of the game holds.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're only about 15 minutes in, and it's already been an amazing game to watch so far. Zach White comes up and tries to send it down the zone, and it was last touched by a Lion player. So that worked out really well there for the Warriors there, and I believe that's going to be a corner kick for us. And number 7, Caleb Compton, is going to take that cross for us. Or, excuse me, corner. And the corner comes in. Oh, and a heading attempt there. Just missed by number 14, Zachary Hurst. Almost a goal there, Kyle. And Warriors doing really well offensively here. Having a lot of good offensive possessions here, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely applying a lot of pressure to Emmanuel's defense, and you like to see where Southern Wesleyan's getting with these opportunities.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely see the improvement here, too, because normally it's the other way around. The defense kind of comes out and feels out the opposing team, in this case the Lions here, and seeing what the offense brings to the table. But this time the Warriors are quick to jump on the gas pedal here and apply their pressure. And now the Lions have it down in the far left corner, and the cross comes in, and Brandon Smith comes up for the Warriors here with a solid save. And the Lions are actually sitting at 8th in the region here, Kyle. It's going to be a tough matchup here for the Warriors, but as of right now, it looks like the Warriors are looking at them like they're not even ranked.
Definitely came out here with nothing to lose, that's for sure.
Yeah, that as well as the fact that coming off of 5 losses here, looking to get a win here, and boy, how awesome would it be to be against a nationally ranked team. Yeah, and you just hear Coach Q from up here in the box talking about keeping that tempo the entire time, and you love to see it already. You can definitely see the progress here that Coach Q's made with this Southern Wesleyan team here, and it's very hopeful to see. And again, another corner coming in here from number 7, Caleb Compton. And the corner comes in. Not the greatest kick here. And we come up short, but a turnover by the Lions here. Miguel Gallegos chips it up in the air. Going for a header. Grant Kiker tries to get a header in, but the goaltender for the Lions comes up big for him there and saves that one. And Zach White coming up big there, sending the ball out of bounds, giving the defense a little chance to collect themselves and get set up the way they want to. And Alex Olson playing some solid defense. And again, let's go ahead and talk about Alex Olson and his presence and his leadership here on the back line for the Warriors, and just a solid presence he is there for the Warriors.
Yeah, no doubt. Alex Olson definitely the staple back there in the back line of defense. He keeps everything together and does a good job of that. Yeah,
no doubt about that, Kyle. And Trey Greenwan sends that one almost into outer space, out of bounds. And a cross comes in for the Lions, and no one is there to receive the pass. And that one will go all the way down to the corner. And the Lions send it out of bounds. But I believe it was off of the last touch was off of a Warrior foot. So that's going to lead to a corner kick for the Lions here. Their first opportunity at a corner here tonight. Kyle, great weather here we have here tonight. You know, kind of finally getting a taste of some fall weather here.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely feels a lot better than it has for the past months.
Corner comes in, and a scramble. A scramble here for the ball, and that's kind of tricky there, Kyle. I don't know if they're going to call that a goal or not, but to be honest with you, we don't know who scored because that was a big old mess there in the net. That cross came in, and Brandon Smith went up to get it, and it came off of his fingertips, and it looked like it bounced right in front of the line. And he tried to come down and get it, and I guess the line judge called that a goal there, Kyle. So that... I guess that's 1-0 for the Lions here, Kyle. Some unfortunate events there, right? There's nothing really you can do about that opportunity. And Alex Olson comes up big and sends the ball over to Miguel Gallegos. He tries to make his way up the sideline.
Give it to 7. He's down there. Give it to 7 for now. I'm going to go ask dude.
And Noah Sims trying to get something going here. And a boot comes from a Lions player and sends it all the way out of bounds down deep in Warrior territory, and that'll lead to a throw-in for number 16, Cale McLarnon. And Cale gets a good throw-in, tries to hit Grant Kiker, but Grant misses the ball, and the Lions will come up with possession here. Oh, and some solid footwork there by number 10, Jeremy Gwatley, for the Lions. And a cross comes in right here in the middle. Brandon Smith comes up solid with a save. Very impressive save right there from Brandon Smith, but also you got to give it to the Lions there. Some solid passing and a good cross by number 22, Channing Park, to get that ball in the middle of the box there.
Yeah, Emmanuel starting to definitely put their foot on the pedal and get something going offensively here.
Yeah, and here comes their second attempt at a corner. And nothing goes of it. Caleb Compton comes out with a strong header and sends that out. And the Lions will retreat a little bit and send it back down to their goalkeeper, Palma. And as he scales the field, he looks down and sends it down and right to Grant Kiker. And Grant will play that off the chest, but that'll end up right in the feet of some Lions players. And Zachary White comes up and applies pressure and leads it out of bounds. And Alex Olson intercepts that one. He comes up, sends it out of bounds again, giving the defense another chance to set up. And another throw-in comes in. And the Lions have a costly turnover there. Number 7, Kane Walder. I don't know what he was thinking there, but I guess he was trying to look for Channing Park, but Park was going left, and he sent it right. So it's a throw-in for Zachary White. And hopefully the Warriors can get their foot back on that pedal again like they were early on in the first half here. But costly turnover here, and that'll lead to Lions possession. And the Lions have it at midfield, and they're dribbling up, and a cross comes over. It's number 7, Kane Walder. And he's trying to put some work on Zachary White, but Zachary staying tough and playing some solid D here. And so is Alex Olson coming up big with a stop here. Now Zach White has it, and he tries to send it up and sends it out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Lions. And the ball's in the air, and Trey Greenwood trying to get out of that scuffle with the ball. And Channing Park shot on goal, and a solid shot from number 22, Channing Park. And he drills that sucker right into the back of the net with some force for goal number 2 for the Lions here tonight, Kyle. And a little confusion there from the Warriors after that goal. But all in all, a solid play from the Lions there, Kyle, and a solid shot by number 22, Channing Park.
Yeah, no, Emmanuel definitely putting some pressure on Southern Wesleyan right here, and maybe exposing some flaws early.
Now, after that second goal, Kyle, you hope to see that the Warriors are, like I said earlier, putting that foot back on that pedal, because they came out really strong at the beginning of this half, and you'd like to see that because these past 5 minutes the ball has just been down in Warrior territory. And the Warriors going back to kind of that small game, making small, crisp passes. And some solid footwork there by Compton, who will try to send it up to number 11, Alex Miner. And Zach White has a throw in. He hits Compton. And Compton tries to put on a show and gets a nice back heel back to Zach White. But Grant Kiker has a costly turnover. I think, Kyle, maybe these 2 goals are starting to get to the Warriors a little bit here, whether they'd like to admit it or not.
You know, it's hard to tell. You can definitely see a little bit of fight out here from Southern Wesleyan, and a couple guys out here giving it their all. And
oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, speaking about Emmanuel being 8th in the region earlier, they're coming in with a 6-1-1 record. I mean, first loss was to Young Harris, and that was the first game of the season, and since then they haven't lost.
Yeah, kicked it into high gear. Yeah. They got a lot of good talent on their team this year, Kyle. There's no doubt about that. And throw in from the Lions comes in. And Alex Olson comes up big there with a stop. And he will drill that ball deep down into Lion territory, and that'll lead to a throw in.
Yeah, the strange thing is, seeing a team that, this dominant 6-1-1, you'd expect them to be blowing people out, but really, they're winning a lot of one-goal games.
Yeah, especially being ranked so high in the region, 8th, top 10, And the Warriors trying to play a little small ball, a little back and forth. Caleb Compton has the ball right now, and he'll send that back to Brandon Smith, the goalkeeper, and they're trying to get something going. And Brandon Smith will try to send that ball up, and a little scuffle there, and the ball will go out of bounds. And with that throw in, the Lions are going to come up with that possession again off of a throw in. And here, lately, Kyle, the Lions have been taking control. Oh, and a beautiful cross for the Lions. But an opportunity wasted there as number 7, Kane Walder, will send that one out of bounds. Now, Kyle, as we wait for this goal kick to happen from Brandon Smith here, what are some of the some of the things that you've seen that the Warriors have already improved on so far throughout this season?
I would definitely say, looking at their offense has definitely seemed to kick it into gear tonight and create a lot more opportunities.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, their offense, along with that, the possession time has definitely taken a drastic turn with it. But, again, a solid performance right there by number 16, Cale McLarnon, putting the moves on some of the defenders for the Lions. And Grant Kiker trying to get something going here. And a solid slide tackle there from number 21 of the Lions, Marcus Larson. And Alex Olson Zachary White will take the throw in. Zach's got the throw on. He will hit Noah Sims, and Sims will send it back to Smith, where Smith is going to get a scan of the field and see where everybody's at and trying to get something going. And he'll send that to Alex Olson. And Alex Olson will send that ball up. And his intended target there was Miguel Gallegos. And came up short. Zachary White intercepting a pass there. But the Lions are coming out strong here late in the first half here, Kyle, and playing some solid defense to keep the ball in theirs in the Warrior zone.
Yeah, the Lions look good. They look good here early in the first half, and
a chip up. And luckily, Brandon Smith is able to come out and make a stop there for the Warriors, kind of stop some of this pressure. And a moonshot from Smith here. Makes its way to midfield, and Alex Miner tries to get a little touch pass, but not enough on it, and he'll turn it over. And number 7 for the Lions, Kane Walder, will send that ball down into the zone, but nothing comes of it as Brandon Smith will send it out, and Miguel Gallegos will come up with it, trying to dribble down the sideline, but can't get anything going. That Lion defense is there to just put a stop to things. And a costly turnover there by the Lions. Number 16, Kevin Fitzgerald. A sloppy pass. And White has the throw in. Intended target was Alex Miner, and a nice touch with the head here to get to the corner. And a foul is called on the play here. Impressive use of the head there, Kyle, to get that little touch to get it over his defender, and now we got a free kick here.
For sure, definitely some good footwork there by Alex Miner to put himself in a good position to help the Warriors out.
Yeah, now we got a free kick here from Caleb Compton. And talk about a boot here, Kyle. This man has got a leg. And it comes in, a solid cross. Ooh, and a header attempt, and it does not make its way into the back of the net. Solid attempt there for the Warriors. A double header. I didn't see who went off first, but number 10 for the Warriors, Miguel Gallegos, tried to come in and save it. But unfortunately, that ball made its way out of bounds, and it looks like the Lions are going to make a mass sub here. And for the Warriors, number 13, Noah Sims, is going to make his way off. And number 2, Jesus Sosa, will make his way onto the field, entering the game for the first time. Lions getting a bunch of fresh legs, and the Warriors staying true and taking one person out. And we'll see how this strategy works for both teams here. 2 nice headers there, Kyle, to get the ball down to number 12, Jeffrey Affen. Ooh, and that ball came off of a Lions player foot. And Alex Olson has a nice throw in, but kind of in no man's land, and ended up right in the possession of a Lions player, and he sends that ball back again. 2 sloppy throw-ins. And White will throw it in to number 17, Jose Rangel, and Rangel will send it back to White. And a costly turnover there from Alex Olson, which you don't see happen often. And definitely some frustration here from the Warriors here, Kyle. Alex Olson comes up big with a stop and will send that ball out of bounds. Definitely taking the pressure off of that back line, and especially their goalkeeper, Brandon Smith. And the throw-in will come from number 21, Marcus Larson. As that ball makes his way in, Zach White tries to make a solid play on it. Now Alex Olson comes up big, but out of all that, there's an offsides call. So that's going to lead to a free kick for the Warriors. And Brandon Smith will be taking that. For those of you who are just now joining us, welcome into a gorgeous Wednesday evening. I'm Sawyer Price alongside Kyle McCrary, and we are here for your matchup between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Right now it is 2-0. The Lions are on top. Emmanuel, originally ranked 8th. And Warriors coming in off of a few losses here, and honestly, fast-paced game going on so far, and honestly, a good game. And Grant Kiker has the ball down the corner, goes for a cross, but nobody's on the receiving end to take that. And Alex Olson comes up big there with a touch pass to get it out of the reach. Ooh, a solid display of footwork there from Brandon Smith, kind of putting number 4 on skates there. And
sure did.
The throw-in comes in. And there's a call on the play. I believe Caleb Compton is going to get that call. There's going to be a free kick here. Number 3, Sam Murphy, will take the free kick here. And he sends it down into the box. Brandon Smith comes out and makes a solid save there to clear it out of the box. Pretty impressive there, Kyle. He got up there.
He definitely did, and right there.
Got a good clear attempt from the back line there.
Little collision right there inside the box. Luckily, nothing was called.
And a throw-in for the Warriors here. And Brandon Smith coming out to make a play on that. Oh, a little contact there from the Lions. And luckily there's a call on the play. Lions being a little too aggressive there, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see what will come from this free kick, and hopefully Southern Wesleyan can make something positive out of this.
Yeah, Kyle, a little under 15 minutes here, and here late in the second half here, the possession time has definitely changed here, and the Lions are putting the pressure on here now, whereas the Warriors were putting the pressure on early on.
Yeah, Southern Wesleyan just doesn't seem to be, getting the offensive play as much as they had earlier, and you hope that they can turn that around here quickly and get back to the way that they were.
Yeah, Kyle, you mentioned that, and I don't know if it's being a little timid because of the 2 goals that we've already given up here so far, and maybe kind of trying to focus back on the defensive side of things. But when we came out strong here in the first half, we were applying a lot of pressure, and to be honest with you, Kyle, the Lions really weren't focused on the offense. They were focused on keeping the ball out of their zone, and I think maybe if we kind of get back to applying pressure on the offensive side of things here, we might see a change in tempo.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and I'm interested to see what Coach Q has in store here.
And a solid cross here, but Kale McLaurin for the Warriors comes up big and heads that ball out of bounds. And the throw-in comes in, and we're inside the box, and the Warriors are putting up a tough fight here, trying to not let another tally mark put up on the board here. And the Lions continuing to fight. And they want another goal here.
Yeah, they definitely seem to not be taking their foot off the gas here, and I'm interested to see interested to see how Southern Wesleyan's defense will respond.
Yeah, there you go. Zach White comes up with a solid steal here. And Jose Rangel trying to get the ball all the way up to Alex Miner, but not enough on it to get there. But Alex Miner comes up big with a steal here. Looks promising here. Miner sends it down to Gallegos, and he makes his way slowly down to the corner and puts on some show. Tries to get across here, but a slide tackle from number 21, Marcus Larson, to send that ball out of bounds, and that'll lead to a Warrior corner kick. So again, another opportunity here for the Warriors, and hopefully we can get something out of this one. You know, we've had some promising corner kicks here early on in the game, Kyle, and hopefully we can capitalize on this moment here.
Yeah, I hope so.
And the corner comes in. Ooh, and a solid shot. Yeah. Right there, Jose Rangel comes up big with a solid kick, but on that corner, a Lion defender comes up and gets his head on it and gets out of there. And Warriors trying to have some tempo and get the ball in quick off that throw-in, but nothing comes of it. And some contact there, and Zach White goes down, but nothing's called. And the Warriors trying to add some pressure here and getting the ball up, and McLaurin sends that ball down to Gallegos, but just off the mark a little bit here. And some solid physical play here tonight, Kyle. You gotta love that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of bodies colliding down there.
And one thing I'd like to point out, Kyle, is the way both teams are moving. Both teams look like they're very well conditioned, and you know, we're late here in the first half, and both teams don't seem to be losing a beat out there. They're firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah, I think you're right, and they're both teams moving with good pace and you know, very quick and crisp movements. So.
Oh yeah, and after that corner kick we had down here, almost gave the Warriors a little bit of a confidence boost, because they seem to be playing a little bit more fast pace here. Because I think with the 2 goals added on to them, I think they got a little timid.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that 100%. And now that Emmanuel has a corner kick, hopefully we can.
And the kick comes in. Ooh, and a solid save by one of the Warriors back line. I couldn't see that, Kyle, but somebody definitely came up big there and saved it when Brandon Smith was on the far right side of the net, and some player from the Warriors came up big there and definitely saved us from another goal there. And the throw-in comes in, and don't know what happened there, Kyle. A header came in, and just a weird play there.
For sure.
And now Brandon Smith is going to have the goal kick here. And a little under 10 minutes here, Kyle. What do you think going into the locker room Coach Q is going to approach his players about?
I definitely think he's going to say something, probably something to the defense, and then probably going to just reiterate how important it is to keep the pace that they've had on the offensive side.
And Grant Kiker goes down pretty hard. Seems to be in a lot of pain here, folks. Grabbing that left knee. Like you said, I think Coach Q is going to go in the locker room talking a little bit about that pressure that they came out and applied early on in the beginning of the game, because like I said before, you know, when they were applying pressure, the Lions weren't so much worried about the offensive side of things. They were worried about keeping it out of their zone and just trying to keep the ball out of the back of the net.
Right.
And, folks, this injury seems to be pretty serious here for Grant Kiker. Hopefully he's okay. He can barely put any pressure on that left leg. We hope he's okay. And hopefully nothing serious. Hopefully he's going to turn out okay, but he's going to take a seat for a little bit here and catch a rest. And Kyle, you can hear Coach Q down there yelling, "Don't give up, boys. Come on now." Got 8 minutes left here in first half, and hopefully the Warriors are going to come out here in these final few minutes of the first half and apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, hopefully. I really hope that they can keep up the same energy and effort levels.
Yeah, and you hate to see it, with these recent losses that we've been having. We got a lot of good talent, a lot of young talent,
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the Warriors can realize that, and it's early, new coach, new season, bunch of new talent here, and honestly, if you're asking me, I definitely think the Warriors are putting on a good show here tonight, playing against a solid ranked team, and overall, I've just seen a lot of progress throughout the season so far, and it's very hopeful for the future of this Warrior men's soccer program.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I think that the future is definitely bright. You said it, the team's young and a lot of talent, and so I think that they definitely have a good opportunity to be a real force in a couple of years or so.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kyle. And let's just talk about that play really quick. A solid cross coming in from the Lions here, and Alex Olson, honestly, almost got beat there off that cross, but turns on the Jets and gets there and puts on a solid display of defense and sends that ball out of bounds, and again comes up big and clears it down.
Definitely.
And an opportunity there for the Warriors. Number 8, Ben Baker, tries to come up big for the Warriors, but unfortunately the goalkeeper, Palma, comes out and makes a save. And another boot down the field. And that ball will trickle out of bounds. And it was last touched by a Warrior defender. So a throw in to the Lions. And a solid slide tackle there by number 14, Zachary Hurst, to stop the pressure there, Kyle. Again, let's talk about that back line for the Warriors. Coming up big in a lot of plays here. I know the score's 2-0, but could definitely be a different scenario if it weren't for those back line.
Yeah, you're definitely right. It definitely could be a lot worse than what it is.
And the cross comes in for the Lions here, and that back line coming up solid again, and we're clearing it out here now. And Ben Baker comes up big here, showing some speed here, trying to dribble down to the corner. And number 13 for the Lions comes up big, Christopher Ramos, and sends that ball out of bounds to stop the progress of Baker right there. And the throw-in comes in from Gallegos, and to Compton, back to Gallegos, and Gallegos sends that to Ramos. Down to Gallegos in the corner. Deep in, comes for a cross. And nobody's there to receive it, unfortunately. Another solid attempt for the Warriors here, Kyle. Kyle, the offense is looking really solid here tonight. We just can't finish.
Yeah, they definitely are getting a good many opportunities, and you'd love to see some results, but hopefully the more opportunities, some results are bound to come.
Yeah, Kyle, and there's a handball called on that previous play, so the Warriors will keep possession down in Lion territory, and we'll see if they can get something going here. Ben Baker loses the ball for a costly turnover, and the Lions send it up to number 12, Jeffrey Affin. And Brandon Smith comes up big with a save here, and he sends it out to Gallegos. And Gallegos putting on a solid show with his feet there, trying to create space, and unfortunately makes a sloppy pass. And the Lions intercept it, but there's a foul called on the play. And Zach White will have the free kick. He'll send that to Compton. Compton sends it right back to White, and White sends that up to Sosa. And Sosa sends it to Compton. Compton to Baker. And Baker will send that to Gallegos, and Gallegos will send a cross across the field. And no Warrior player will come up with it. And we had a collision on the previous play, and another foul is going to be called. And I don't know who that was called on, Kyle, but I do know that the Lions are going to have a free kick here, and they're trying to apply pressure. Number 3, Sam Murphy, sends a boot all the way down, and Zachary White comes up with a solid defensive header to send it out of bounds. And Marcus Larson dribbling in the middle of the field, trying to create space, and takes a shot on goal, but Zachary Hurst comes up and deflects it a little bit, and Brandon Smith comes up with an easy save there, Kyle.
Yeah, no, definitely not going to get much easier than that.
And right there, Lions trying to jump the pass there, but Alex Olson, veteran defender there, being smart and getting it out just as quickly as he got it in, and solid play there, Kyle.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell that Emmanuel is definitely not going to take their foot off the gas. They're doing a very good job of keeping the up-paced tempo and being very quick with their movements and decisions.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kyle. And the Lions still have possession here, and they'll send it up. And an easy call there, Kyle. Offsides is going to be called. And that'll lead to a free kick from number 14, Zachary Hurst. A little under 2 minutes here in first half here. For those of you who are just now joining us, welcome into Childs Field again on a nice, crisp Wednesday evening. Between your matchup between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern. Shot on goal from way outside. Ooh, what a shot there, way outside. Cale McLaurin, oh my gosh, Kyle. What a shot from Cale. Kyle, I am sitting here and I got goosebumps. What a shot.
Cale McLaurin.
Now, I don't know about you, Kyle, but that's got to be a definite confidence booster there. Kyle, I'm still in chill bumps here. That was an amazing shot.
Yeah, no doubt. That was very impressive.
And from there's no words for that one. He was way outside of the box there.
No doubt. Now, hopefully that'll, man, I think that'll definitely spark something
Yeah,
within.
It better, as it definitely got me going up here in the box. You know, fun fact there, Kyle, that's actually Cale's first goal.
Three, two.
And with that buzzer right there, that is the end of the first half. And a solid game here between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. 2-1, Kyle. I'm still kind of at a shock from that last goal there from Cale McLaurin.
First goal and first career goal.
So, great way to end the first half here, Kyle. I'm excited to see what the second half is going to hold here for us. So, thank y'all for joining us for the first half, and we will see y'all shortly here in the second half in a few minutes.
A trip to McAllister's is like visiting a lifelong friend. One who believes the recipe for good times calls for heartfelt conversation over a handcrafted meal. Knows just how you like your tea, always has a refill ready, and welcomes every guest with their favorite food made to order. The kind of friend who is always up for trying something new, and who you can count on for that familiar feeling of home. McAllister's Deli. Great food brings us together.
When we travel, we expect to be uncomfortable. We long for the security and the comfort of home. But here at Best Western, we focus on providing you with the most ample accommodations imaginable. We want to be your home away from home. Your security and comfort when the road is long. We want to gather and build friendships and families, strengthen community, and sustain athleticism. Here, we celebrate fun, hard work, and enjoy the wonderful world around us. Here, we want your downtime to be just as amazing as your game time. And finally, when it's time to leave, we hope you'll want to stay. When we travel, we expect to be uncomfortable. We long for the security and the comfort of home. But here at Best Western, we focus on providing you with the most ample accommodations imaginable. We want to be your home away from home. Your security and comfort when the road is long. We want to gather and build friendships and families, strengthen community, and sustain athleticism. Here, we celebrate fun, hard work, and enjoy the wonderful world around us. Here, we want your downtime to be just as amazing as your game time. And finally, when it's time to leave, we hope you'll want to stay.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you might just change the world, y'all. There is a place where real faith-filled community allows you to know and be fully known, where faith is filled to the brim, so full it can wash away your doubts, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, where your story can be written and change the course of history. In that place, Southern Wesleyan University. So it's time to wake up. You only have one life to live, because this is not a drill. This is not about cliches, shallow taglines, or some inspirational quote for you to tweet, snap, pin, or post. No, this is where snooze buttons are frozen, alarm clocks are broken, where feet hit the floor because dreams are now woken. This is it. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University.
Conference Carolinas is where tradition is unmatched and excellence is earned daily in the classroom, during practice, and in high-level competition. Our virtues set us apart. We work daily to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the second half between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. It's going to be a great second half here. I'm Sawyer Price. Along me is Kyle McCrary. Kyle, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm living the dream, Kyle, up here watching a good soccer game. Now, Kyle, what an ending to that first half.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better ending if you're Southern Wesleyan. Crazy goal to put you back within one goal. I mean, you can't ask for a better ending to the first half.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm still speechless about that shot Cale McLaurin put on. But hopefully the Warriors can continue that pressure and take it into the second half. Lions already got a good opportunity here. Oh, and Brandon Smith coming up solid with a save here to keep it from going out of bounds.
Yeah.
And the throw in from Smith goes to McLaurin. And McLaurin will send that all the way up to Ben Baker. And Ben Baker tries to give a fake, but nobody bites from the defense.
Yeah, looking at it early right here, Emmanuel coming out early playing the long ball a little bit. They tried to do that a couple times in the first half and definitely seemed to provide some opportunities for the Lions. So let's keep an eye out. There's another one right there, and nothing to come of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kyle. They seem to be trying to break that back line or at least find somebody sleeping back here. But the back line for the Warriors is staying strong. Because like we talked about earlier in the first half, the Warriors were a little bit susceptible to that early on in the season.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we saw it versus Clayton State.
Definitely, and hopefully that they have
And here's another opportunity for the Lions. And Kent McLaurin comes up with a big back heel. And Jesus Sosa will clear that out for a throw-in. And Kale McLaurin putting some pressure on here early. And a big cross comes in, and Zachary White comes up big with a header and tries to send that out. And Zach White is still on the ground here, Kyle. And Zachary Hurst coming up big there. Ooh, and Zachary Hurst takes that one off the back. And again, Zach White seems to be in some pain here. And early on from the first half, we hope that Grant Kiker is okay, coming down with that left leg injury. Hopefully he's doing well and nothing serious came from that.
Mm-hmm.
And White seems to be holding one of his arms. Looks like it's a shoulder problem, maybe, or well, hopefully Zach White is okay as he makes his way towards the bench. Good to see him running on his own power there and making his way off the field. Hopefully nothing is seriously wrong with him. White, big presence on that back line as well, along with Alex Olson and Zachary Hurst. And as we wait to get it going, Kyle, Warriors came out a little strong here.
Yeah, they look pretty solid so far. So.
And there's a free kick for the Warriors. And Zachary White makes his way back onto the field. Good to see that he's okay and doing well. And Kale comes up with a header here. to Sims, and Sims doing everything he can to get it to Jesus Sosa, and a collision there at midfield. And Alex Olson playing some solid defense, kind of faking out the Lions player there. Number 8, Shane Cronin. And that'll lead to a throw-in from Zachary White. And a little tussle over there for the ball. And Gallegos comes up with it. And the throw-in comes from White here, and the ball's out of bounds, and they're calling Wesleyan ball here, so we'll have another Warrior throw-in. And the throw-in comes in, and it hits a Lions player, and they will send it up, and there's going to be a battle for the ball coming down, and Jesus Sosa comes up with it, and he's dribbling and sends it back to Zachary White, and White has it and sends it up, and he tries to hit Ben Baker, and that back line for the Lions comes up big and sends it deep down into Warrior territory, and I believe that was Channing Park making a push for it, but Alex Olson quick to get it to Brandon Smith and get it out of there. Noah Sims has possession and almost makes the defender look silly there, and luckily he's able to regain his feet. And a nice touch pass there to Sims. And Sims putting on a show with his feet there, and a shot on goal off the post and in! And what a shot again from Noah Sims outside the box. And the Warriors have come out strong here in the second half. Early start for the Warriors here to tie up the ball game at 2-2. What a shot from Noah.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Couple of shots outside the box, and
Goal by number 13, Noah Sims.
Warriors coming up big here with those long-time shots here. And not to mention Noah Sims putting on a good show with his feet there, creating space and then taking that deep shot and coming up big for the Warriors to tie up the ball game here.
Absolutely.
Early in the second half. That's got to give the Warriors a huge boost of confidence here to play this ranked Emmanuel team. And Brandon Smith playing it smart, and he will send that one way out of bounds to give the defense an opportunity to catch a breath and reset. And the throw-in comes from the Lions. And again, out of bounds. Another throw-in comes in here for the Lions, and they're trying to work it down into the corner. And they go for a cross, but Jesus Sosa there to take it off the body, and that'll go out of bounds for another throw-in here for the Lions. And they're calling for a stoppage of the clock here. Not sure what's going on here, Kyle. Seems to be talking to a few of the Warrior players here. No card on the play here, so that's good. And a throw-in comes in from the Lions here. And they're creating space, and Channing Park with a shot will sail right over the crossbar, and I think they're calling that tipped one of the Warriors players. So I believe that's going to stay Lion possession here. I guess they got another opportunity here, Kyle. This could come up big here for the Lions.
Yeah, definitely. As they scored on a corner kick earlier, you definitely hope that Southern Wesleyan can, just make sure to keep them out of the goal this time.
And the cross comes in, and Zachary Hurst is there to head that ball out of here. Noah Sims comes up big big time with a clear here and sends that all the way down into Lion territory. But the ball makes its way back down into Warrior territory. Real good game here we got going, Kyle.
Absolutely.
You know, a bunch of back and forth, fast pace, good soccer tonight. And as that ball makes its way down the line, Jose Rangel tries to come up and intercept that pass, but can't get on it. He sends that ball up in the air. Now there's, opportunity for the Warriors. And Miguel Gallegos unable to get all of his foot on that ball, and that ball will go right into the hands of Palma, the goalkeeper for the Lions. And the kick comes in, and another high kick from the goalkeeper. And Channing Park has a nice touch pass down to the corner, but unfortunately, number 6, Harrison Wright, unable to get there. A little too much on that pass from Park, and that'll lead to a Warrior possession, and that's a throw-in from McLaren trying to hit Rangel. And the ball will end up in Lion possession here. And a ball off the ref here. And a chip pass to Park. A little bit of fright there from the Warrior bench, but luckily Park was caught off sides there before anything could happen.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You know, looking at the score sheet, if you look at Palma's last 7 games, the keeper for Emmanuel, he's only given up a total of 3 goals. But, you know, tonight, Southern Wesleyan tagged him for 2 already.
Yeah, shout out to the Warriors for that. And just the improvement they've had on the offensive side. Shout out to Coach Q for working hard with this young team. And like I said before, Kyle, I think the future for this young men's soccer team here is very, very promising.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Definitely with the skill that we've seen tonight,
And a nice back heel from number 14, Luke Jones. But nothing will come of it. It will lead to a corner kick for the Lions here, though. And again, like you said earlier, Kyle, the Lions have scored on a corner before, so hopefully the Warriors can come up big here and keep it out of the back of the net. And the cross comes in. Sloppy corner kick there for the Lions. Ooh, Brandon Smith comes up big with a save there and takes a hard spill, but hey, selling the body there for a save. Glad to see he's okay after that tough spill. Landed flat on his back. Kick comes in, and a strong header from number 3, Sam Murphy, to get it back down into Warrior territory. And number 6, Harrison Wright, and a shot on goal. Wide left, nothing coming to that. I believe that was number 14, Luke Jones, on the shot there. And we're going to have a goal kick from Brandon Smith here. Kyle, exciting play here tonight. What a game.
Yeah, really, I struggle to say even match because, Emmanuel coming in ranked 8th and, Southern Wesleyan only having, 1 win on the season.
Absolutely.
But definitely this match right here, definitely you wouldn't be able to tell it.
Yeah, and again, like you mentioned early on in the game, you said, the Warriors come in here because when they came out strong, you said they got nothing to lose here. And as you can see, it definitely has showed. And the Warrior play tonight, and it is very impressive. Warriors coming out strong, trying to show them that, we still got talent. We may be a young team. We may be struggling here early on in the season, but we got some fight in us. And like I said before, Kyle, they got a lot of young talent. Yeah,
they're looking good tonight, and crazy shot there a minute ago by Sims, and he's a freshman, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
So, I mean,
Noah Sims, a freshman.
That talent right there is just, it shows.
Yeah, we got 5 freshmen on this young Warrior team, and I believe 8 sophomores. So, again, a young team. Only got a few juniors here, and I don't even think we got a single senior on the team. So, again, got that young team. Only have a few veterans here, one being Alex Olson, and controlling that back line, being a huge presence for their defense. Ooh, and a sloppy turnover here for the Lions. Number 17, Grant Farrell, can't come up with that one. Trying to be a little too fancy with it. Too fancy with the footwork, and that is going to dribble out of bounds, and Cale McLaren is going to have another throw-in. And we got a sub for the Warriors. Ben Baker makes his way off the field as Alex Miner makes his way onto the field. And Cale McLaren gets a solid throw-in. Tries to hit Jose Rangel, but comes up short. And Channing Park for the Lions, trying to do everything he can, but he's got 2 Warriors right on him, playing some solid defense. Look at Cale McLaren out here, playing solid defense. Keeps the ball in, too, on that play.
Nice.
Oh, sends it to Alex Miner. Alex Miner tries to get going, but can't get anything. And Miguel Gallegos comes up big. Oh, but can't come up with anything there. And Palma comes out with another save there, Kyle. Almost a huge opportunity here. Look at Miguel Gallegos out there, giving it his all, trying to catch up to that ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to love the effort here tonight by the Warriors, Kyle. Lions got a throw in here. And Jose Rangel comes up with the ball. And he tries to hit Zachary White, goes a little over his head. Zach White coming up big here. Keeping the ball in bounds. Sends that down to Alex Miner. Miner goes down to the corner, tries to get something going. Uh-oh, a little confrontation down in the corner there between Alex Miner and a Lions player. I can't tell who, but definitely some frustration between those two. As play continues, though, Caleb Compton has the ball, and he sends it up to Alex Miner down to the corner. And definitely some more talk between Alex Miner and number 3, Sam Murphy down there. But, hey, got an opportunity here for the Warriors on a corner kick, and Caleb Compton's going to come in to take that corner. Definitely another promising look here for the Warriors. And the cross comes in. Solid cross. A little too far here. Oh, a header off of Cale. I thought that ball was going a little too far, but I guess that was all part of the plan. Cale was sitting deep side, ready for that header to try to send it back to the middle. It was solid play. Zach White coming up big there.
That was good play right there by Zach White.
Big time. Almost got caught short-handed there. Only had a few defenders, and I think 3 Lions were there ready to make a play, and Zach White coming up big. Again, Zach White, Zachary Hurst, and Alex Olson being a part of that back line, and along with Cale McLaren, and just overall solid defense from the Warriors here tonight. An amazing game so far. For those of you who are just now joining us, welcome into Childs Field again here tonight for your matchup between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. The game is all tied up here, 2-2 right now. Got a wonderful game going on. High pace, a lot of action going on here tonight. Gorgeous night out here on this Wednesday evening. Great temperature. I believe it's 74 degrees, maybe even a little bit lower than that. And great competition between both teams here, Kyle. Alex Olson coming up big, keeping that ball down in the zone. Kyle, Lions struggling here to get the ball out of their territory. Big play by Cale McLaren coming up there.
You love to see this if you're Southern Wesleyan. The good effort on the offensive side of the ball. You definitely.
Jose Rangel with a slide tackle there to get it. Sorry for cutting you on there.
No, that's all right. You're fine.
Well, like you said, Kyle, we got to love this for Southern Wesleyan there. Definitely, you can tell they got a lot of confidence here. Jose Rangel doing the best he can, sends that to White, and White sends that down, intended for Minor. And again, Kyle, got some confrontation between Sam Murphy and Alex Minor down there. A lot of talk going on here tonight, Kyle. Bunch of physical play. And there's a stoppage of the clock here right now, Kyle. Don't know what's going on. I think somebody's down. I believe Jesus Sosa's shoe has maybe peeled open. He had to come out here and have one of his coaches tape it up. Look at Zachary Hurst coming up big there with the defensive stoppage. Noah Sims here will send that ball down. Intended target was Gallegos across the field, but sends the ball a little too far right. Solid slide tackle there by Caleb Compton. Kyle, tell me how you're feeling about this defense right now. Oh, some solid contact right there by number 22, Channing Park. That's got to be a card here, Kyle. Getting a little too aggressive. I'm actually very surprised no card has been assessed on the play.
Yeah, I completely agree. At least he's consistent.
He is consistent. You got to give him that. But that play definitely looked intentional there from Park.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you there. But free kick for Southern Wesleyan either way.
Yeah, there you have it, Kyle. There you have it. Miguel Gallegos putting on a good performance there with his footwork. And Sosa's got it, sends it down to Gallegos down in the far left corner. And Gallegos, solid footwork here so far. Putting on a show. Making those defenders miss. And that'll lead to a throw-in, I believe. Got to give it to Miguel Gallegos over there. Some solid footwork.
Certainly.
And I believe that's Alex Olson who's going to have the throw-in.
It is, and he can throw it a long way.
Yeah, he can. Gets it down to the box. Alex Minor tries to come up with a header. Becomes a little short. Solid play by Caleb Compton. Shot on goal outside the box. Solid save by Palma. Takes that one off the chest. Great effort there by Caleb Compton.
Yeah, you almost wish you would see him take a couple more shots, you know. He has a super strong leg, and I'd like to see him try and take advantage of this rough night that Palma's having.
Oh, absolutely, Kyle. 100% agree with you. Caleb Compton's one of those guys who definitely has the talent, and he's definitely a playmaker for this young team. And like you said, you'd like to see him take a few more shots. Got a strong leg, and hopefully here further on in the season, you can see him kind of open up and, like you said, take a few more shots. Because you never know. A few of those may be going in sometimes. I believe we've got a throw-in for the Lions. Number 17, Grant Farrell, will have the throw-in here. Solid defense, and that ball will trickle out of bounds. Close call, but that'll remain Lion ball. Now, I believe this will result in a corner kick here, Kyle. And number 16, Kevin Fitzgerald, will take this corner for the Lions here. And the corner comes in. Looks solid. And a header from one of the Lions players, but can't get it. Number 8 sends a chip all the way in. Brandon Smith tries to, contact in the box between Brandon Smith and I believe that was Channing Park. Or maybe number 17, Grant Farrell. Huge contact there in the box, Kyle. Brandon Smith trying to come up there and make a solid play on the ball, which he's got the right to, and just ended up colliding with Grant Farrell there. Luckily, he comes up big for the Warriors there, Kyle, on a solid chip attempt. A little under 25 minutes here left in the second half. Still tied 2-2 here tonight. And a sloppy pass here by the Warriors, and that'll lead to a throw-in for the Lions. Kyle, do you see this game going into overtime? Do you see it coming down to the wire?
I definitely think that, if both teams stay the way they're playing right now, I think it can definitely come down to the wire. I see it being a close game either way. I don't see anybody running away with it, but not too sure about overtime either.
Absolutely. I know it's a little bit of a stretch. We still got a bunch of time here left in the second half, but you can always wonder what's going to happen because this Warrior team is playing solid, and so is this ranked Emmanuel team. So, and White trying to come up big there, and he sends it off of a Lions player, and that'll end up in the hands of Brandon Smith for a free kick here. Or excuse me, goal kick. And as he sends that ball down, Kyle, we've kind of slowed the pace down a little bit here. And here comes that big cross attempt to try to break that back line. And they come up short, and Cale McLarnon with a boot to send it down. And, solid steal by the Lions back line there. Number 8, Shane Cronin. And a solid. And there's a clock stoppage here. I believe Zach White's going to be assessed a yellow card there. First card of the night, and it happens to go to the Warriors.
And this is a prime opportunity right here for Emmanuel. Having a free kick, about 10 to 15 yards outside of the box.
And the way tonight's been, we've seen a few of those go in tonight. I believe Kane Walder's going to take this free kick here for the Lions here. Kyle? Actually, excuse me, I believe it's number 3, Sam Murphy. And the kick comes in. Sloppy kick on the ground. An easy save for Brandon Smith there.
Yeah, not much of an attempt right there. Hate to see it for Emmanuel, love to see it for SWU.
Absolutely. Kind of an opportunity thrown away there, if you ask me, Kyle.
I'd agree with you because that was a poor free kick.
Solid move there by Gallegos to create space. And one-touch pass by Alex Olson to free it up. And Zach White has the ball back, and he sends it across to Zachary Hurst. And Hurst trying to make a beat on it, and he tries to hit Alex Miner deep down, and sloppy play there from Sam Murphy, number 3, and definitely from some frustration coming from Murphy tonight here, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely. Can only imagine how Emmanuel feels right now. 2-2, Southern Wesleyan. You're the 8th ranked team in the region, and
you're tied with a 1-8 team. You can definitely see how that would have an effect on the Lions team. And a clock stoppage is here. Jesus Sosa having a lot of trouble with that boot. His foot has almost completely come out of that shoe, Kyle. That's one of those things you rarely ever see happen. Almost like a Zion Williamson kind of thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Looks like Southern Wesleyan made a substitution right there. Zach White comes off for
Ben Baker. And Cale will throw that ball into Caleb Compton, who's pretty quick with his feet. Ooh. Some solid footwork here from Compton. And McLaurin. Solid pass. And smart idea from McLaurin to get it down to Jesus Sosa, who will send that down to Gallegos, who will send it to Minor. And Minor will send it directly back to Gallegos. And Gallegos will send it to Alex Olson, who will try to make something happen here. But ends up sending it back to midfield to Zachary Hurst, who will send that up to McLaurin. A lot of pressure here from the Warriors trying to start something. And a deep cross. McLaurin trying to hit Jesus Sosa in a header. A nice attempt. And a collision in the net. Ben Baker tries to go for it. And Palma and him collide. And the Lions come up big there with a stop. A lot of pressure from the Warriors there, Kyle. Gotta love to see it.
Yeah, they look good moving the ball and completing a lot of passes.
And what a pass right there by McLaurin. I don't know if he got all of it, but hey, it worked. There's a slide tackle here. Definitely a little frustration from both teams here. Solid slide tackle from Jose Rango from behind, but unfortunately ends up right in the feet again. A shot on goal. Another easy save for Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith having a good night in goal tonight.
Yeah, he is. Emmanuel put in those 2 early goals, and then from there, not much at all.
And one thing I just want to note out is the leg power from both goalkeepers here. Every time we get a goal kick, that thing is at least at midfield or past it. Very impressive. And Compton putting on a show out there with his feet. Again, one of those players you wish would do a little bit more because he's got a lot of talent to do it with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And McLaurin tries to hit Sims down in the corner, but that's going to go off the leg of number 6, Harrison Wright.
Zachary White comes back on for
Ben Baker. Ben Baker seems to be limping a little bit. Maybe that's why they got the substitution in there. Or maybe to give Zach a little breather, because I did see him stretching on the backfield. Okay. And they're calling out of bounds. Harrison Wright was definitely out of bounds when he tried to make that header. And Cale looks for the throw-in. Intended target was Zachary White. Nothing happened there. Alex Minor tries to come up big. And Zachary Hurst tries to make a play. But Channing Park pretty good with his feet there. Makes a solid move, and now he's dribbling up the sideline. Zachary Hurst. Park loses Hurst. But Hurst has a solid slide tackle there, Kyle. But on that slide tackle, Zach is going to pick up a foul here. So it's going to be a free kick here for number 16, Kevin Fitzgerald. Definitely see that Kevin Fitzgerald is the one who they want taking the kicks. At least here on the left side. He's taking every single corner tonight on the left side. And another cross comes in. That ball's moving. And just out of the reach of the intended target for the Lions. I believe that was number 3, Sam Murphy again. Just missed his foot in that attempt too. And Brandon Smith has the ball. Oh, and he goes to kick it, but Channing Park is there. Some frustration from Channing Park. You can see he's trying to call his players down. Warriors got lucky there. Channing Park almost came up big. And number 8, Shane Cronin sends the ball out of bounds to try to get And a throw in from Cale McLarnon to Compton. Compton putting the wheels on here, trying to create some space here, get something going for the Warriors. We got about 15 minutes left here in the second half. Solid play from both teams here. Little touch pass back from White to Gallegos. And Zach's got it. Shot on net. Up and off the fingertips of Palma. Solid save there and a solid attempt from Zach White. Someone who you normally don't see putting shots on goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like early in the game he was in the back, and now he's up front. So
Alex Olson tries to go for a header, but comes up short, and the Warriors are outnumbered here. A big attempt here for the Lions. Oh, and a solid shot from Channing Park, and Brandon Smith coming up big again for the Warriors. Looks like we got a cramp on the field. Can't tell who that is, Kyle. Let's talk about
Alex
Brandon
Olson.
Alex Olson cramping, really.
I think so. He went up for the header and came down and.
But Brandon Smith,
Yes.
wonderful job tonight in net.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, only allowing 2 goals to the number 8 team in the region. That's pretty stout considering they've scored 15 total goals.
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty
And
solid.
they're averaging 3 goals per game. And we're holding them to 2 right now, so. And I believe that's Trey Greenwood is going to make his way on the field to replace Alex Olson. Hopefully Alex Olson is okay. Hopefully it's just a cramp, and hopefully he can get back on the field. But, again, Trey Greenwood being another freshman here, got real talent here. That's what's kind of cool about the bench, even though we are a young team here. For the Warriors, got a lot of talent on the bench, too.
Mm-hmm.
Having that ability to, when someone big, especially like Alex Olson, goes down, have someone like a Trey Greenwood he can put out there. Again, with the boot. I'm just thoroughly impressed here with the leg strength from not only from the goalies, but everybody tonight. Again, we were watching warm-ups, and even one of the coaches for Emmanuel was putting some shots on the goalies, and man, oh man. They got some legs on them. And the Lions are going to have a free kick here. And a solid kick coming in here. Trey Greenwood coming up big for a solid header to get it out. But the Lions regain possession. And that was off Trey Greenwood. The ball will remain in Warrior territory. The Lions will regain possession. And that throw in goes down to Park in the corner. And he goes for the cross. And Zachary Hurst takes that square off the chest, man. Being a team player there and taking it off to prevent the corner. Or, excuse me, the cross. Now we're going to have a corner here again from, I believe, Kevin Fitzgerald. You can definitely tell they want him taking the kicks.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely giving them a solid opportunity almost every time on the corners.
Yes, he has. He has definitely put it right where it needs to be.
Again, Brandon Smith coming up big, gets a hand on it and sends it out. I'll tell you what, though, Brandon Smith got a little bounce to him.
He does. He was definitely up there to get that one.
Yeah, got up there before anybody get up there and got a hand on it, send it out, and overall just playing a solid game tonight in net. Very impressive. Definitely a lot of improvement from the Warrior team here, Kyle, since the last game we've broadcasted.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that.
And the Warriors trying to push the Lions back to midfield, but Channing Park for the Lions tries to make an attempt to get past, and he creates some space, and will send that to number 6, Harrison Wright, who will send it out of bounds. Another opportunity for the Lions. Not happening. Looks like Alex Olson is getting some running in here on the sideline. Looks to looks to be getting his legs going. Looks like he's all right and hopefully making his way back in the game soon. And the kick from Smith comes in, and a solid kick. Intended target was Alex Miner, but goes just over his head, and the Lions have possession here in Warrior territory and getting dangerously close here to the box. And another costly turnover here, but again a costly turnover. Oh, excuse me. Noah Sims corrects me. But now we do turn the ball over, and that will lead to a throw-in for the Lions. For those of you who are just now joining us, welcome into Childs Field here tonight on a beautiful Wednesday evening, and it's a great game here so far between your your Southern Wesleyan Warriors and the Emmanuel Lions. Tough game here tonight. It's 2-2. Channing Park has the ball down in the box. Tries to get the defense to bite, but we won't move, and a shot on goal, and a solid save from Brandon Smith. Almost had a rebound attempt, but Jose Rangel, and a shot on goal from outside. And that ball will make its way to the back of the net. And as you can see, we're just under 10 minutes here. And Coach Q telling his guys to get up, get the ball going, and still got time here, Kyle, especially with the way they're playing. I didn't get to see who made that goal.
Yeah, you definitely hope that Southern Wesleyan doesn't lose any heart or effort right here. They showed in the first half that they were capable of scoring with very little time left, and the way that Palma's been playing, deep shots are not his forte.
Oh, 1,000% there, Kyle. I agree with you. Great team, Emmanuel is, but they're not unbeatable. And the Warriors are showing that tonight. Put on a good play here. And shot on by Jesus Sosa, and another rebound shot attempt by Alex Miner, and that one will sail way out of bounds. Almost kind of a moonshot there. And that one does not make its way to the back of the net, which they were hoping for. Sub for the Warriors here. Number 3, Alex Olson will make his way onto the field again, taking Trey Greenwood's spot. Got just a little over 5 minutes here left in the second half. The Lions are on top 3-2. A solid game here tonight between both teams. And that kick from Palma comes in and sends it up. And Channing Park tries to hit number 6, Harrison Wright, but can't come up with it. And the Warriors have another costly turnover. And the Lions will try to take it down to the far left corner. Nothing going on here. Zachary Hurst saving it. Definitely some frustration here. Going to be getting a card here. Number 10, Jeremy Gwantley, is going to receive a yellow card. That is the second card of the night. And that's going to lead to a goal kick here for the Warriors. Brandon Smith will take that. And Noah Sims will send that ball up to Zachary White. And Zachary White will try to get a touch pass to Jose Rangel over in the corner. And that ball will go out of bounds. And an awesome toss from Alex Olson. called off of Sam Murphy. So it's going to be another corner kick here opportunity. Man, let's talk about the ability for Alex Olson to just chuck that ball.
He can throw it a long way, that's for sure.
He was in the corner, and that ball was inside the goalie's box. Very impressive there.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely helps when you have someone that can do that.
And they're calling for a stoppage of the clock here. Something's going on. And he's calling Zachary White, and I believe can't tell who the Lions player is. I believe that's number 17, Grant Farrell, talking to him. I guess there's a little bit of chirping going back and forth here. And a cross comes in a little too much. And that'll go over to Alex Miner in the corner, and he'll hit Jesus Sosa, who will send it to the middle, and nothing comes of it. The defense will clear it out. And Jesus Sosa keeping it in Lion territory. And the Warriors trying to make a push here. Got about 8 minutes here, folks, remaining in the second half. Brilliant game here tonight, folks, between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. It's been a treat to watch and a pleasure to call this game alongside my friend Kyle McCreary.
Yeah, this game has definitely been a dandy, and it's been a lot of fun being able to sit up here and call it.
And another corner kick is going to come in from the right side. I believe that is Sam Murphy is going to take this corner kick from the right side. And hopefully the Warriors can come up big here. And the corner comes in. Zachary Hurst again coming up big for the Warriors here with another header to get the ball out of the box. Another one coming from Zachary Hurst to get it out. Zach White trying to clear it. But a line player is going to take that off the body and luckily keep that in the zone for him. And offsides is called on Channing Park, excuse me. Got just over 6 minutes here left in the second half. And, Kyle, you hope that the Warriors can kind of turn something around and get something going here.
Yeah.
Like they did before.
Time's definitely not on their side, but, we saw it earlier that it doesn't take long for them to put one in the net.
Yeah, I don't know what Zach Hurst was thinking there, sending that ball all the way down. And Palma playing a little mind game out there, kind of keeping the clock running. I don't think Noah Sims like that. And a boot. Definitely going to be a foul on Alex Olson here. Don't know if it's going to be a card or not, but definitely going to be talked to by the referee here. Going to lead to a free kick here for the Lions again. I believe that is going to be Sam Murphy taking the kick. Sam Murphy tries to hit the far right corner but can't hit it. Zach White will come up with the header. Tries to get it to Miguel Gallegos. And Gallegos sends it to Compton. And Compton doing his best to dribble and create some space. And Compton sends that to McLarnon, who will try to send it out of bounds. But Harrison Wright comes up big with a slide tackle and will send it out of bounds. And I believe a substitution is going to happen for the Warriors here. Number 20 is going to make his way on for Alex Olson. Solid footwork there by Miner, but nothing coming of it. That Lion defense coming up big here late in the game. Physical play here from Channing Park. And offsides called on Harrison Wright. Definitely looked like a promising opportunity there for the Lions to put another one on the board, but Warriors get lucky there and get the offsides call. Got a little under 5 minutes here, Kyle. You hope to see something happening here for the Warriors, especially on this possession here.
Yeah, definitely. With a big free kick right there, getting it down in Lion territory, you hope that Southern Wesleyan can make something happen right here. And
absolutely. And Emmanuel has the throw in here. And Channing Park sends it out of bounds. Costly turnover there by Park, and that'll lead to Warrior possession. And as the clock continues to count down, the Warriors need to get something going here, Kyle. I don't know if these crosses are going to work for us here. I think they just need to kind of play it soft, and a solid pass there for the Warriors. The Lions, and Harrison Wright has the ball, takes a shot, but Zachary Hurst comes up big and blocks it. Harrison Wright down in the corner. And we'll try to cross it, but Trey Greenwood comes up big and will send that out of here. The Lions playing aggressive offense right here, trying to keep the ball in Warrior territory, trying to take every second that they can off the clock here and run it out to that final buzzer to get the W. But the Warriors are not having it. And a sloppy turnover there by Brandon Smith sends the ball out of bounds on the goal kick. Don't know what happened there, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. He's been doing a pretty good job up until that point of putting the ball in the middle of the field.
Coming up on 2 minutes here, Kyle. And they call for another stoppage of the clock. And the throw in. And out of bounds. And Warriors will regain possession here. And Trey Greenwood trying to come out quick and get something going here. Got the right mindset. Just under 2 minutes here, and Warriors need to get something going here. Last few opportunities here for the Warriors, trying to get something going. And Jose Rangel keeping the ball in the zone for the Warriors. Coming up big here, sends it to Sims. Sims tries to get it back to Rangel, but that ball will end up in the feet of a Lions player. Zachary Hurst has it, trying to hit Caleb Compton down in the corner. And he's successful. Caleb Compton creating space, trying to send it up. Noah Sims has it, but nothing coming here. Zachary Hurst has it, trying to create space. And that ball goes down in the corner. Cale McLaurin trying to make something happen here. Zachary Hurst with a cross.
1 minute remaining.
And no Warrior players there to receive it. That back line for the Lions come up big here. And Trey Greenwood sends it in. Noah Sims tries to make a beat on it, but nothing happens here. Miguel Gallegos coming up big to keep the possession for the Warriors. And Zachary White sends the ball down deep into the zone. Noah Sims coming up big here. And Channing Park is going to send that ball out of bounds, and I thought that ball was going to be off of Zach White, but the ref is calling it a white ball, so the Warriors are going to regain possession. Got about 30 seconds here left, or just under. Last opportunity for the Warriors to make a chance here to put that third tally on the goal.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And Kyle, as that final buzzer sounds of the evening, that'll do it for your game here between the Emmanuel Lions and your Southern Wesleyan Warriors. First thing I'd like to say is, you know what? Very promising for the Warriors. Ranked team here, ranked 8th regionally. The Lions are, and the Warriors came out here and put on a show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, nothing to hang your head here for the Warriors. Definitely got some things to work on, but also you can take a lot of positives out of this game for the Warriors here. So, Kyle, thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you, audience, for joining us as well. We hope you had a good time and watched a great soccer game, and we will see you next game.
When we travel, we expect to be uncomfortable. We long for the security and the comfort of home. But here at Best Western, we focus on providing you with the most ample accommodations imaginable. We want to be your home away from home. Your security and comfort when the road is long. We want to gather and build friendships and families, strengthen community, and sustain athleticism. Here, we celebrate fun, hard work, and enjoy the wonderful world around us. Here, we want your downtime to be just as amazing as your game time. And finally, when it's time to leave, we hope you'll want to stay.